Vicky here with you, and I'm here to share with you the projects that I've been working on. They're going into my Etsy store, and there's two of them. The first one is a journal, and it's made with a cardboard box, and I covered it with the cotton that I've stamped with archival ink. I've added some a charm here, and some fibers and stuff, just because I thought it was more fun. This is all sewn on, so there's a lot of items that are sewn on this journal, as well as distressed. The journal itself measures 7 1/4 by 5 3/4 and by 2 inches. There's a button closure. There's little book corners. It has 3 signatures, 30 single pages, so 60 pages overall. Contains some Tomoe river paper, some rodia paper, some midori paper, some book pages, and all kinds of different papers like that. So it opens up with this closure here. Oh, I also purchased, especially for this journal, some paper from Tim Holtz from I forget what the name of the collection is. I think it's floral. Let me just check, 2 seconds. It's wallflower. So I purchased that paper specifically for this journal, and I really love the paper, so I thought it was a nice accent. So here I put one of my accordion envelopes. There's overall over 50 pieces of ephemera in here. I'm not gonna go over what's in the pocket because I want it to be a surprise. There's all kinds of little fibers and some paper clips of all sorts, and I made a lot of embellishments myself because I wanted it to be special. So like I said, there's a lot of the signatures are pretty much all made in similar ways, and like I said, there's a lot of sewing. So like here you can see it's sewed. I've used a security envelope corner that I've punched, and so it gives me a a pocket on both sides. I made some tags, and I just think they're really fun. I've used music paper. I've used some of the tags that I've shared with you guys, so the ones that have the double pockets. And then I've used all kinds of little things. I've given a lot of Project Life cards. This is a glassine bags with a bunch of different little tags. There's a lot, everything has been distressed. There's a layaway. There's a little butterfly charm. That's the beautiful Tomoe river paper. It's perfect for watercoloring and that sort of thing. Here I've used one of my little pockets. I've put in a little booklet. You will see this. I'm making this in a video shortly, so you will see how I made this. You've already seen how I've made that one. So those items come from Above Par Craft. Well, part of them come from Above Par Craft, and I made it. This is rodia paper, and for the center of the signatures, I've attached some charms to the signatures. So there's 6 charms hanging at the bottom. I just thought it was fun. Of course, you could remove them if you would prefer. The same thing with the thread. I left some because I just like how it looks. But you don't have to keep it if you want. You can just trim it. So here's another one of those things that I made. Here is a little paper clip that I've embellished, and I have a video coming soon on how I did that. There's a little pocket, and here I've sewn on the back one of those tabs, and I've put in some things. So it's a pocket. Here you've got some calendar pages that you can color. Another one of my little paperclip embellishments, some more papers. So the paper set is just gorgeous, and I just fell in love with it, and I thought it was perfect for this. This is from a gardening book, an old gardening book, and so I've sewn it on to some coffee dyed paper, and I thought that'd be fun. I've used, this is from Secret Garden, the coloring book, so I've added a page to it. So one more. This is another thing that's coming up. It's a little folder, so you can put little things inside of it. And there's actually 2 pockets here. I've only put stuff in one, but there's 2 pockets available. So an old yearbook page from 1950s, I think, 1957. Here's another little embellishment. I've used a lot of flowers and birds and that sort of thing because I thought it fitted with the paper. And it was just perfect. Here I made these little pockets out of some composition notebook paper. So I thought they were kind of fun. So it's a little pocket. I saw someone having them for sale, and I thought I could make those, so I made some of these. If you're interested, let me know. Here I've used one of my little booklets that I've made, and another one of those little pockets that's made with security envelope, and I've decorated it. And more. Look at that gorgeous paper. It was, yeah, it's the type of thing that I don't use for myself, so because it was for sale. This is from a September 1960 magazine. I just thought it was fun. So you've got all kinds of ads that are really fun. Here's another one of those little folders. And then you've got it here, there's one of the embellishments that I made with paint chips. So like I said, there's a lot of stuff that was handmade because I wanted it to be special. Here's another one of those little folders. So not just, you know, stuff that has been purchased. This is one of the postcards that I made using paper napkins, and I realized that the Liquitex bottle was in front. I'm very sorry, guys. So you wanted to see how they looked. Well, that's one of them. And you'll see the other one in the other book. Whoops. I didn't put it in the pocket. So here I've used some pieces from a game that I purchased. I thought it fitted. Another one of those little pockets, and a security envelope again that I've altered. And that's the end of it. I've also enclosed on the back, I love this dragonfly. I just love it. Look how cute it is. So yeah, I've added this library card. I didn't want to put it in the back because I wasn't sure if the person would want to have that or not. So this is going to be listed in my Etsy store. You can see down in the description box below the link to this book if you're interested. So that's the first one. And I can't make too many because obviously they're all handmade and it takes me forever. So this second one is a Chunky Monkey. It's a flowish junk journal. This is the first time I'm putting one of those in my store. Here is a charm that I made. I've used all kinds of beads. I've attached a ton, like I made a lot of signatures, as you can tell here. There's actually 7 signatures because I wanted to use a lot of the fibers so that whoever is getting this journal can use the fibers as they want. And I've used a lot of paper clips with fibers as well, just for the fun of it. I've also sewn the cover, and this is toilet paper. I'll be sharing with you how I made that next Sunday, I believe, so you should be seeing that soon. So this book is, there's 7 signatures. Overall they vary in sizes, the signatures, but overall it's 50 pages, so 100 pages front and back, but some are folded, so it's even thicker. It measures 8.5 by 6 by 2 3/4, so it's really chunky. And there's a ton of ephemera in there. I didn't even count it, so actually I did count it. It's about 50 pieces, at least 50 pieces. There's probably more, but I didn't. And of course, because it's a flowish journal, you can use all the papers inside it. That was the point. I've used some more of that beautiful Tim Holtz paper for the front and for the back, and on the back, and the front was so beautiful that I didn't want to put any envelope on it, but I've used one of my accordion envelope in the back. So yeah, So in this, I've added some of the paper clips that I made, all kinds of different papers. You've got some magazine pages that inspired me. You've got some recipe books. This is some Citrusolve, National Geographic. This is from the city of Quebec, and it folds out, and there's actually more inside, so it's pretty big. Got a card, game. This is from magazine, and from 1960. I really love it. So yeah, I'm sharing my stuff, guys. So this is the back of the signature that we just saw. So I wanted to include all kinds of different things. This here is a little booklet that I made, so you'll see that in upcoming weeks. This is some scrapbooking paper. I've added some magazine pages that I loved. I've added some of my eco dyeing paper, some Arabic paper, some this is a French comic book, Boulébile, more Arabic paper, because I figured there's some stuff that's not necessarily easy to find. I made a border. You saw me doing that on those calculator rolls, so I've included the full border in here. Yeah, I'm really sharing my stuff. So I've added some notepads, a lot of the fibers again, and some books about explanations and stuff. There's this beautiful wrapping paper. Then you've got this, which is a bookmark. I'm sharing that in an upcoming video as well. So you get a lot of stuff that I made. I've also included, which is new to me, I've also included some pictures that inspired me. This is some duct tape paper. You've got layaway here, more images. This is a kid's book, the yearbook, a napkin that I really love. You've got this, which is a recipe. This I made on camera. You saw that. Some more here. There's the paint chip, and I closed off this pocket with this paper clip. So there's a lot of those paper clips throughout. This is the instruction pamphlet from a sewing pattern. One of those little envelopes that I made out of composition notebook with some tags inside it. And this is fabric duct tape. I thought that was fun. This is a vintage paper. I don't know what it was used for, but I'm finally using it for this. I just think it's very neat. One more of those postcards that I made, so now you see what it looks like. And Tim Holtz pad. I've added some of my flowers, so that you've got some flowers that you can use in something you want. I've added this too, which is something I had made following my husband challenge. So you've got a little tag and a little pocket, and I've tucked it inside here, which is pattern paper. This is a newspaper from Germany, I believe, and I had done a technique a while back, which was to gesso it and then put some inks, spray inks on it. So I've included the full sheet that I folded, so you've got a lot of paper in there. This is a little recycled security envelope that I made, and I made those recently on film, and I've added some stuff inside it. The recipe book. This is another little booklet that I made using one of my flowers. A little paper clip embellishment. This is the rest of the paper that I was telling you I've enclosed. Another one of those little paper clip. I've added some paper from the Secret Garden. This is a napkin. This is actually labels, so you can actually lift it up. I won't lift it up because I don't want to ruin it, but it's painty labels that I had made. I've enclosed some coupons so that you can make your own little paperclip embellishments if you want. Doily, some coffee dyed paper, This is from a German dictionary, I believe. This is the other part of the border that I made. This you saw me make on the video. Some tissue paper, some painty papers. This is also painted. This is from the 1960 newspaper, well, magazine, I should say. This is from a book. I tore it apart recently. More images that I like. And there's some more here. And there's some stuff inside here as well. So that is my flowish junk journal. It's stuck full of stuff, so it should be very inspiring for somebody. Hope you like it. Like I said, this is something new to my store. I've never actually done a flowish journal for my store, so I'm looking forward to reading your comments and knowing if you like it or not. Check in the description box below for the links to the actual products. So that's it. Bye everyone.